play some word association. I'm gonna spit out some celebrity names to you.
Oh, this is fun. I've done this before. Don't say Jada.
Nah, we already talked about her.
She's on top of my hate list.
Listen, I call her Nosferatu for a reason,
Yeah.
right? She kind of has that vampire-ish mentality.
You can see it in her face now.
Yeah.
I can see the demon in her.
Oh yeah. It's slowly come out over the years. Like she didn't always look like that.
No,
you know what I mean?
No.
So and we're not even talking about the alopecia. We're just talking about her face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, you know. Kim Kardashian.
100% narc. 100%, 1,000%. She is the worst out of the siblings. I think they all are, but I think she's the ringleader. No, Chris is the ringleader.
Yes.
She's Chris's mini-me because she's the one that did the sex tape and it opened the door for all of them to be eaten.
Right.
But Chris trained her.
Wow.
Chris is the real pimp in that family. Wow. So, no, Kim Kardashian is the epitome of a female narcissist. Very promiscuous, arrogant,
Absorbed.
Everything's about her.
Yeah.
But then she goes and marries Kanye. And you see how that turned out.
Right.
That's what two narcissists are. She would take him back right now. If he said, take me back, Kim, she would.
Right.
Because she wants to control him. And because he's crazy, he brings her attention, even though it's negative attention. He's always doing something in the press. It still brings attention to her in some type of way.
She loves,
and
right.
She's an energy vampire. She's going to feed like a host. And for him, he uses her for the same thing. They feed off of each other's energy.
Right.
So the reason they're divorced is because they got 4 children. If a narcissist gets you pregnant, he'll leave you because the kids are his way back into your life.
Right. Easily.
He can divorce you and start on his next victim. That's why he went and married the next girl.
Right.
Now she ain't got no kids, so he ain't gonna leave her no time soon.
Bianca Censori.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's in danger. Yeah. All right, give me another celebrity. They all narcissistic. You gonna throw them all? They all are.
Yeah.
They all are.
Let's see. Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't know much about him. I think he's an incredible actor, but I don't know much about his relationship history.
He likes to date young women and has a cutoff point. So you'll see him around with a young girl, and then after a while, that will go away, and then you'll see him with another young girl.
Oh, so that's predatory. That's another thing with narcissistic men. They go after much younger women because they're easier to groom and manipulate.
Okay.
Usually the women their age will call them out on their bullshit.
Right.
And they don't want to be held accountable.
Okay.
So a much younger woman, 15 to 20 years younger, in his mind, I'm going to groom her and train her to do what I want.
Okay.
So if Leonardo's doing that, then yeah.
Okay.
And then he cut him off. He's done. He used them, discard them like trash. Yeah. Bad sign.
Here's an interesting one. Oprah.
Narc. I'll take it a step further with Oprah. I think she's a psychopath.
Really?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Oprah's dangerous because Oprah and Tyler, because they've spent most of their lives with all this black support.
Yes.
And now that they're filthy rich and they're at this point, this high point, they done switched up.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're starting to see the toxic stuff come out. And it's like, hold up, I've been supporting you all these years and this is who you really are?
Listen, once she...
Blindsided.
Once she put out the MJ, I was done with her.
Yeah. No, yeah. She's something else. And a lot of female narcissists are closeted lesbians.
Okay.
So if you look at the celebrity world, there's a lot of women that are married, but they're screwing women. And it works for the husband because the husband's in control of the money.
Right.
If she's a celebrity, she's bringing in money. Oh, I don't want to say no names. We got
Don't
this.
say no names.
No, I'm not going to say no names. I'll tell you after we finish rolling, and I'm going to blow your mind.
Okay.
Because I got... My discernment, the way I read people is off the hook, but I'm going to throw stuff at you and you're going to be, I'm telling you, when you start looking, you're not going to be able to unsee it.
Oh, man.
But they get married. I could say Whitney and Bobby. Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah.
May she rest in peace. Whitney is gay. I always felt she was in love with Robin. Bobby was the cover-up. Okay? So that's how a lot of them move. The husband's just there for the cover-up. Jada, too. I done heard so many stories of her sleeping with women. Okay? But the husband, we need that married front. Because I get to hide behind that when I start showing my ass and people call me out for my shit. I need somewhere to run and hide.
Yeah, because it's the mask of normalcy.
Yes. So I'm going to run behind my toxic husband. He'll cover for me until the hype dies down. Then I'm going to get back out here and start the shit again and fool with some more single people. My husband don't care. He busy cheating. But this is our arrangement. So I think Whitney was in love with that girl. And I can tell now when I see interviews with Robin, Robin loved her too. She's heartbroken still. And Bobby was the beard, the cover up behind that. It's a lot of that in the celebrity where I'm like, ooh, her. I could just see it. Oprah too, like her and dude, they never got married. He just quiet and living in the damn house.
Just, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Like a field
Who
mouse.
do you think she really into?
Right. Yes.
That's what I'm going to say.
Man, listen. here go another one for you. Lori Harvey.
100% like her nasty mama. Narcissistic sociopath. She learned from her mama.
Yo, crazy.
If you know the history on her mama.
Yeah, it's bad.
Allegedly, dealing with two cousins at the same time. They were drug kingpins in Memphis. And she was playing, oh, she's a mess. All I got to say is do the research on her. It's going to blow your mind.
Yeah, listen, I'm intrigued with that whole thing. Like,
and sleeping with Steve behind his wives' backs. I believe two of his wives. Mary, he's married 3 times. So she was a willing side chick, didn't care, was calling the house, spoke to the wives. Marjorie didn't care. And she basically, you know, as he told the story, he couldn't do nothing with Marjorie because he was broke at the time. It wasn't until his career took off that they got back together. She said, you call me when you have some money. Wow. She wasn't fucking, because he's not a handsome man.
And he had the headpiece the whole time.
Oh man, that wig is horrible. That unit or whatever you want to call it. But
yo, the man lied to me for years.
That
hairline was fire. It was fake. Come on, man.
But she's the type of woman.
Yeah.
Like I described to you earlier, these women are vicious. You got to have money. They want 100% control of your money. And I wouldn't be surprised if they have an open arranged thing going on. I wouldn't be surprised because Steve is a cheater. Steve has a history of being a serial cheater. He cheated on all his wives. So maybe Marjorie, they got it set up where we're not going to divorce, but I'm going to creep over here with this one. And Steve's like, cool, I got some lined up over here. There was an alleged rumor that he was messing with the chef. She's beautiful. So I will not be surprised, but because they won't divorce, they're going to cover up. They're going to keep the PR in place.
Right.
But them two definitely toxic. Wow. But Marjorie trained her daughter. Her daughter, that is her child. Lori dates like that because her mom, that's how her mama was. I think Lori and Tiana are fooling around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You dropping some balls right now.
I peeped it. I peeped something. They're always out and about together like a couple. That's just one. I'm not going to say anymore, but I peeped that. And like I said, narcissistic women are closeted lesbians. And I always had that vibe about Tiana before, like way back in the day before she blew up.
Right.
She got married and it didn't work. So I think her and Lori are very comfortable.
Man.
That's all I'm going to say.
Last one, real quick. Jonathan Majors.
He's like a psychopath to me. He's dangerous. He's violent. And that's a prime example of self-sabotage.
Right.
Why would you get this much success at the height of your career, all these blessings, and then self-sabotage and destroy it like that? It's the disorder. It's the disorder because they have, a lot of them are obsessive too, with destroying their partners to the point they're willing to get themselves in trouble. They look at it as a competition. I got to beat you before you beat me.
Right.
He's not even thinking about long term. They never think about long term or the consequences. They just think about right now. Right. I got to beat you right now.
Right.
And because of that thinking, his career is down the toilet.
And
so that's an example of how they self-sabotage.
Yeah.
He's totally a narc. And the stories I've heard, like even going back to his college days, there's people from college that say he was horrible back then. So patterns don't lie. Patterns don't lie.
It's going to take a lot of work for him to get out of that, right? If any.
He's never getting out of that. He was wrong for going to do that Good Morning America interview right after the trial ended. What are you doing? Keep your mouth shut.
Just disappear for a while. Yeah.
And then Megan being his Coretta, like don't use Martin Luther King or his wife, and like he was acting. He was still. It was about him. It's about him.
Oh yeah.
And it's still trying to do damage control. You're creating more damage. So that's what I mean by self-sabotaging behavior. They don't see it until it hits them, and down the line they're like, "Oh shit, I fucked up." So yeah, and they all think like that. They're all the same way.
Man, listen, you dropped some bars today.